Von Allen Sports.
This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ. Real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. Von Allen Sports. Oh! This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching Von Allen Sports. Real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go!
How's it going, everybody? Just wait just a second. Let everything go. Milena, how are you feeling?
Good. Let's see who's here.
Hey, someone named Jed Morris. I don't know if I said that right. Someone named Jed Morris said, Dober večer.
Huh.
Someone said good evening in Bulgarian. I wonder who that is. Do we know anyone like that by that screen name, Milena?
No. I'm going to have to research that. Let's see.
Nice. Ozymandias, every time we have a post game, his Empire, join Empire shows up because he joined at that time. So now every month it does that. That's so cool. 3 months now, Ozymandias. Hell yeah. And I noticed that, and we'll get started in the main stuff once everybody gets on here. Takes just about a minute or two. But until then, by the way, representing Von Allen. This is a Von Allen jersey, by the way. It's not a Brady jersey. It's a Von Allen jersey given to me by Tyree Vaughn and his family. And I just want to say thanks again, and I'm rocking it tonight. So I know my jacket's going to give you guys PTSD. All right? But you have to understand, I wear this jacket when we lose stupidly. When we lose stupidly, I wear the Super Bowl that we lost stupidly. Okay? So it's just a tradition. You can expect it. That's how it goes. All right? So Ozymandias, I just wanted to point out, because I saw you and Pedro was here, and both of y'all had mentioned something about my Antonio Brown rant video the other night, that it was late at night and you guys couldn't see it. It sounded like you guys thought that was a regularly scheduled programming or a new showtime. That's not. That was basically out of necessity. The week was turning over. It was already Thursday, or it was about to be Thursday. I think I did it Wednesday night, and I didn't want the whole week to be old news to talk about last Sunday's games, because like I told you guys, I wasn't feeling well for a few days, and I had slept, almost all day to try to recover and feel better. And then I got up, and then it was later, but I said, what, screw it. I'm just going to do the show anyway. And so that's what happened. Anyway, so no, that's not a normal thing that I'm doing or anything, just a crazy situation. So, all right. But for real, I'm not going to be too hard on the Pats today. It's a weird situation, and we all know that even when we had the GOAT, something in Miami always goes wrong. And Milena, I got to ask you, because you lived in Miami for a long time. Why? What is it about Miami that?
Who knows?
I don't.
Mafia.
I don't know. I mean, like when you go down to Miami, does the Cuban mafia, do they like send a letter to the visiting players hotel and for the Patriots and say like, you're not going to win today?
Sprinkle something in their food or drinks. Who knows? It's got to be the sun also.
I don't know. It's got to be weather related, right? Damn it, how do I get this centered? This is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm in a good mood tonight. I don't care. I really don't care that we lost to Miami, honestly. We're in the playoffs. Did anybody think that this was going to happen? Come on. I mean, I know we were like, oh yeah, we're going to make the playoffs. It's going to be our year. And we were talking those things and saying good things, but this went way better than expected. Now, something I'm going to pull up here. Let's see. Something called the playoff machine. Unfortunately, it's designed by ESPN, and they suck. But this thing happens to be useful. Okay, so everything's plugged in. The only game left is the Los Angeles Chargers, still should be in San Diego, and the Las Vegas Raiders, even more of a That still sounds ridiculous to me. All right. The Raiders should be in LA. Just want to point that out. And I always point this out anytime we talk about the Raiders. But anyway, that's the last game. It's starting here in a few minutes. Unfortunately, we have to look at the spawn of Phil Simms, the rotten fruit of his loins, and until the game starts. But that is a situation with the Chargers and Raiders. And we're going to go ahead and go in through that game, and I'll stay on live even as it starts. So that's going to be fine. Okay, so I'm looking at this playoff machine, and basically here's the deal. What? That's weird. Yeah, there we go. Let me see if I can zoom this up. All right, so this is the playoff machine that I was talking about. So basically, this is everything set in stone except this last game right here. If you guys can see that. So the NFC is set. Way to go, Jimmy. Way to go, Jimmy. And I don't know if our big 49ers fan is on tonight. I don't know if he's here or not. I'll look for him here in a second. But way to go, Jimmy. So all of the Patriots quarterbacks are in the playoffs, or all the ones that are in starting roles, I should say. Okay. So the game hasn't started, which is why it's showing Vegas and the Chargers as in the playoffs. But here's what's interesting. If we click tie, all right. If we click tie, the Raiders and Chargers both will make the playoffs. How weird is that, right? So the Raiders and Chargers could both just decide tonight, you know what? We're just going to not do anything. We're just, it gets towards the end of the game. You let one guy score, or maybe if you feel like you're not going to win, or if it goes to overtime, maybe you both agree to do that. That would be the most craziest thing ever. I doubt that would ever happen, but still, it's worth mentioning that this is the case, okay? But if they both tie, they would both get a playoff berth. Otherwise, one of them is not going to get it. You know why? Because the Steelers won. The Steelers did exactly what I said was going to what I wanted to happen, and I wanted Ben to finish his Steelers career in the playoffs. But Jacksonville had to beat the Colts, and we'll get onto that because I'm going to make fun of the Colts. Suck it. That's what you get for Deflategate, you freaking losers. All right. Even if the Raiders win, if the Raiders win, it gets them in, but Steelers still are in. So this game does move us a bit. So Chargers win, we get the 5th seed, and we're playing the Bengals. If the Raiders win, we're stuck with Buffalo, and that could go either way, guys. I don't know. I'm more comfortable going into Cincinnati. I don't trust the Bengals. People are all excited about them. I just don't know if I trust it or not. And I don't know how you guys feel, but I just think that I just think that that's a better game for us for Mac's first playoff game. Hey, we got a super chat. James Johnson renders unto Caesar $5. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Hey, Jesus said that, okay? That means, well, that's blasphemous. But the point is that it means that you should render unto Caesar. So James Johnson sends a $5 super chat and says, oh, Jalen's being called out, Milena. Jalen's being called out. Where are you, Jalen? Where is he?
Oh, yeah.
Jalen owes you money for Patriots making the playoffs, winning record. Also, Brady didn't have 50 or 60 touchdowns with only 50 picks. Anyone remember that?
Oh.
And now I do, but I really don't. I didn't hold Jalen to it because I knew that 50 or 60 touchdowns was kind of with only 5 picks is impossible because you got to put the ball in the air too many times. You know, there's going to be tipped balls and all that crap. So See It Twice sends a membership super chat. He says, Chargers, Raiders should both kneel all night and go to the playoffs. Call it. Okay. Call it the Kaepernick Bowl. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Boy, you guys are in good form tonight so far. And going back to Ozymandias, his membership chat, super chat, said 3 months and it feels nice. He said Rams lost 2 times in a row. Yeah. Here's what I don't like about the Rams. And if you guys are wondering why I pick on the Rams, maybe, I don't know if you wonder why I pick on the Rams, but if you're wondering why I pick on the Rams, it's because they piss me off, all right? They are a team that seems to be trying to buy a championship. Stan Kroenke, their owner, is a piece of garbage. He forced the Rams here based on a lie. He told the owners that if there was any blowback from St. Louis, city of St. Louis, for moving and breaking the contract, that he would cover it and the owners wouldn't be liable. What happened was he lied and didn't keep that, and then there was a big ordeal. Mara, the owner of the Giants, in the recent owners meeting, stood up and said, "Listen, buddy, if you hadn't told us that, we would have moved the Raiders to LA." And so, Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, is pissed off because he wanted to be in LA first. That was actually what he wanted. So it got all screwed up. Anyway, the point is that the Rams owner is a jackass. I don't like how Sean McVay is overrated, how overrated he is. It doesn't mean I don't think he's a good coach, okay? He's clearly a good coach. That's not what's the problem here. The problem is how they making him sound like he's just this great, amazing guy. I mean, okay, yeah, he got a Super Bowl appearance, but look how he got in. You could say, well, look at his defensive coordinator. The Saints kind of got screwed on that too. So, I mean, they still won, but, there's just a lot of like, who knows? I just think that they treat him like he's won a bunch of Super Bowls, and that bothers me. And I don't like the overrating of Aaron Donald. They talk about Aaron Donald like he is Lawrence Taylor. I know they play different positions, so calm your tits before y'all start typing. But they... but they act like that, and it's utterly ridiculous. I know he's great. Yes, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, and he deserves to be a Hall of Famer. He's a really great player. But they treat him like he is the greatest defensive player that's ever lived, and they've been doing that for years now, like years and years. So I just have a lot of problems with the Rams. And one of my favorite players of all time, Von Miller, is now with the enemy. And that pisses me off too. So, all right. Enough about that.
Nightwalker. Membership.
Oh, Nightwalker's membership renewal. Nice. You guys are awesome. Admiral General Nightwalker sends a membership super chat celebrating 14 months as an Admiral General. You guys can't see it that translated on the screen, but you can see it in the chat that he did the Brady and VAS trophy emoji. There's also a Chris Sims emoji if you guys like that.
And a torque.
Oh, there's a torque one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob Goldstein. I remember Jacob.
Yeah, of course.
So he was the one speaking Bulgarian just now.
Well, it wasn't really Bulgarian.
Yeah, he said Dober Večer.
Said Dobry Večer. So it's more like Russian.
Well, it's close enough. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's not
Slavic.
let's not get crazy here. So, all right, I'm just going to run back through the comments really fast. What's up? Josh, hey, man. Where you been, buddy? Tyree, Brandon, what's up? How about those Rams? Rams, they can suck it. Austin Thomas says, yo, Vaughn, much love. Love the way we fought when the game was essentially over. Not afraid of any team in the playoffs. Just got to not beat ourselves. I agree, Austin. Absolutely. Jesus Christ, dude, your arm is bigger than my waist. Wow. All right. Tapasio, what's up? Tommy Terrific, MVP. I hope so. It can go either way, right? Ozymandias, can we keep assistant coaches and trade Bruce Arians? Yeah, speaking of assistant coaches, during that game, they were talking about Byron Leftwich interviewing for the Jaguars job. Byron Leftwich is fool's gold right now, okay? And he looks good. He looks like a viable candidate, but it's not. I think he needs more time. Just a few more years, and I think that'd do the trick. I understand why they want to give him a chance, because, hey, he worked with Brady. He probably learned a lot. But being a head coach is different than being a coordinator. And, hiring a head coach is a hit and miss anyway. You just don't know for sure. But you increase your odds by getting a guy who is the right fit or someone who blows you away in the interview. But those are rare. Like, there's the case with, like, Mike Tomlin. So Mike Tomlin had no experience, virtually no experience. I mean, I think he was a coordinator for a year, maybe two at the most, if even that. But that's not the point anyway. The point is that he hadn't been around the league. He was really young. And they gave him a Steelers franchise that was legendary. Steelers franchise only had 2 head coaches before Tomlin in like 35 years or something ridiculous like that, even more. That's crazy. So they handed the reins of a huge franchise over to such a young guy with lack of experience. So why did they do that? Well, Mike Tomlin, I've heard from a lot of people, even back then when it happened, that he killed it in the interview session. He just absolutely nailed it. Like, he embodied the Pittsburgh identity, the Pittsburgh spirit, and how people were. He just had that it factor that when you interview somebody. And it worked out, okay? But that's a rare case. I just don't believe that Byron Leftwich is going to go in there and do that. Another young guy that probably, I guess Sean McVay would be another example of Mike Tomlin, where Sean McVay goes in the interview and he just kicks ass, he tears it up, and then they give him the franchise takeover, and it works out for him. Not as well as it worked out for Tomlin. Tomlin went to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. McVay's not won 1 yet, but it happens. But in this case, I don't know. I think some guys are better coordinators than they are head coaches, and some guys can be a head coach, and how good they were as a coordinator doesn't necessarily matter. I mean, let's look at John Harbaugh, who was a special teams coordinator. And special teams, you're like, how would a special teams convert to head coach? It doesn't matter because he just has that way. He's got that head coach leadership because it's a different job, guys. Head coach is a different job. It's just way different. I don't care how fancy you were at coordinator. It does not mean you could be a head coach in this league. So. Bob Saget's dead? Well, that sucks. Hey, Melanie, remember when we ran into him at the barbecue restaurant a few years ago? He was really nice, huh?
Right.
He took a bunch of pictures with you. Dead only at 60. Wow. Do y'all know how? You know this intro song, Waiting All Day for Sunday Night?
Yeah.
If you're waiting all day for Sunday night, that doesn't sound like that doesn't sound like a big deal.
This is not like a long time.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. Okay, so how long? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to say I've been waiting all week for Sunday night? Like, I've been waiting all week for NBC Sunday Night Football. Say waiting all day. I have no idea why this bugs me, but every single week, this bugs me. The little things. It's the little things.
Not a huge fan.
Yeah, it is a Joan Jett song. That's true. Addie.
Where's Eddie? Oh.
There's Eddie. The Colts won today, but too little too late. I swear to God. You know, I picked them to win, actually, today. I just didn't think the Bengals would take the game too seriously. They kind of achieved what they wanted. They won their Super Bowl because they won the division. I don't think Joe Burrow played, he wasn't scheduled to play. But, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Ken Flagler. The smallest things piss you off, Vaughn. I know, right? It's like stupid stuff. Yeah. Addie's membership renews. He said he celebrates 14 months of membership, says thank God for Case Keenum. I'm going to have to take this jacket off. I just said jacket off. But it's getting too hot in here. But I made my point. But yeah, actually that loss wasn't too bad. We always lose to the Dolphins for some reason. There is one thing I want to point out. I know you guys know this already, but there's a part 3 to the Aaron Rodgers versus Tom. And kind of wanted to wait till the end of the season to wrap it up because there's going to be some, I wanted to see how they finished with the yards and touchdowns and things like that. But more to the point, during this, we were talking about in there, I briefly mentioned coordinators and head coaches. And when I got on the part about Bill Belichick, I noticed one thing in particular, that he struggles against guys who either know the Bill Parcells system or his former coaches. And this is something that they know about that works against us quite a bit. And his record in these cases is not as good as you might think. And it didn't matter if Tom was playing. It doesn't matter if Mac Jones or Cam Newton. It makes no difference. It doesn't matter when Bill had Drew Bledsoe or anything. There's something to be said about the Bill Parcells way, whatever that is. That I mean, I know what it is, but I'm not going to go over every detail of it. But it is a certain offensive scheme, which is the Earhart-Parkins offense. But it's a modified Earhart-Parkins. It's not exactly the same. It's evolved over the years. But the defensive scheme that they like to run, 3-4-4-3, that changes, but that doesn't change the way you want to do things and the philosophy of how you do game to game to game to game like that. That's a unique thing. People don't realize that that's actually very difficult to do. But this is the Parcells kind of thing. Belichick just took it and went nuts with it. Like, he took it to a level that is demigod status, right? But it still is the Parcells way. And this just seems to be the case. And again, Brian Flores, this year with the Dolphins, they've had an up and down year. They went on a good winning streak towards the end of the season here. But they beat us twice, guys. The Dolphins got us twice, and there's something about that, So that coaching style works against that coaching style, but it doesn't seem to work overall, except for Bill. And that's why Bill's the GOAT. I know Jalen's head's going to explode right now because he hates Belichick, but sorry, but that's the case. There he is. Rafael Hagoy, there he is, renders unto Caesar $10 and says, I can't stay long, but just want to mention that we snapped Sean McVay's undefeated streak of going into the second half, leading 10 by 10, 10 for number 10. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Jimmy G. Jimmy G with a screwed up finger, screwed up thumb, takes it down, goes for the win. It's awesome. That actually, what was most awesome is when Jimmy tied it at the end of the regulation. So, hell yeah. I'm in a good mood. All of our guys are in the playoffs. This is great. This is awesome. Guys, next week is going to be so much fun. Can you imagine what next week is going to feel like? I mean, last year it was NFC only. And we only got to watch Tom. We didn't get to watch our guys. Now we get both. We get both sides of it. Hopefully, I haven't looked at the schedule. I don't know if they've released the time frame, but hopefully the Patriots or Bucks, one's on Saturday and one's on Sunday. I hope they don't put them both on the same day. That'd be perfect because we'd have both days to do games and they won't run together basically. That it would be we could have two separate shows. That would be perfect. I mean, even if they're not, we'll find a way to make it work, but that would be perfect for us if we can do that. But Rafael, congratulations, dude. I'm so happy for you. I was in here yelling. Milena's like, what happened? What happened? I said, Jimmy G just took the lead and Rafael is probably losing his mind. Or Jimmy G just tied it up to go in overtime. And I said, Rafael's probably losing his mind. Awesome. I'm really happy for you, dude. And I like the 49ers. I like them. I like their coach. I like their general manager. I like Jimmy. I like George Kittle. I don't care what anyone says. He's a better tight end than Travis Kelce. Right now, I think Kittle's still the best tight end in the league. It's close. Travis Kelce is a great tight end. It's close, but I believe that you have to look at really details that people would say is stupid details. Not, I wouldn't call them stupid. I would just say that they're nitpicking. But when you've got two guys that are so close together, you've got to nitpick. And when it comes down to it, if you've got Kittle and you got Kelsey, and they're both, you can't like, who? They're both good. They're both great. I mean, they're both doing crazy things. Let's look at what Kittle has and look what Kelsey's got. So Kelsey is being coached and schemed to be open by one of the greatest offensive minds in the history of the NFL, Andy Reid. Okay? That says something, right? And putting up Kelsey against anyone else, I wouldn't even bring that up. So, but again, we have to nitpick. So just give the edge to Kittle. But I think Kittle is the best tight end in the league as for a per game basis. Over the course of a season, I think he's better. I still would want Gronk though in a tight situation. Still want Gronk. So I'd always take Gronk. Gronk's the GOAT. Gronk's the GOAT. It's done. And like Jason said here at the beginning, he said 12 to 87, greatest quarterback to tight end tandem ever in history. It's not even close now. And anybody want to say, oh, but Tony Gonzalez is the GOAT. Tony Gonzalez, he's got all the yards and yeah, come at me. Let's do this, bitch. You want to you want to lose? You want to go down in flames? Say that. Bring it. Anyway. Yes, Freeland 1787. I think if I'm taking what you're saying the right way, Pat, you said Patriots definitely earned their record this year. I'm taking that to be a compliment because, in my opinion, this thing was fought for, and it was just scratch and clawed our way. And all year long, I've been like, okay, guys, let's wait. Let's see what happens, because I didn't want to celebrate too early and then us get kicked out of the playoffs because of some stupid crap. Like, look what happened. We lost to the Dolphins, right? We could have lost to Jacksonville last week. You know why? Because the Colts lost to Jacksonville this week. And most people would say, arguably, the Colts are probably just about the same as we are. So it's not crazy to say that they could have lost to the Jaguars last week. So that's what I was saying. Let's kind of not get crazy here. But now we're in. So it doesn't matter. We can say what we want. We can talk shit. It doesn't matter.
Hey, did you see John Thomas Chavez's super chat?
No, I'm still scrolling from back. I'm just trying to catch up with what everyone was talking about.
It's before.
Yeah, Ken, I agree about the MVP thing. They're probably going to give it to Aaron, unfortunately. Raphael. Yeah, man. Same to you. I just want the Browns to do something because I want to see Addy happy. I want to see, at least let's get the Browns in the championship game. I think Addy would be happy with that. He says, see my super chat, but I don't see it.
I see it. It's before.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry about that, buddy. Thank you, Milena, for getting my attention. John Thomas Chavez sends a $5 super chat and says, screw that crybaby Jim Irsay. Can never count out Bill in the postseason. Just need to finish the game. But is it so hard to wrap up the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage? I I know, man. I know. Listen, I had a lot of complaints. We all did. Ask Tyree, ask Nightwalker and Mr. A and James and everybody else who was in the Evocati chat. And yeah, I was very unhappy. Tyree was actually more unhappy than anybody. But now that it's all over, I'm okay. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We're in. It's fine. Looks like it's going to be on to Cincinnati, like Josh said, unless, let's go back again. So, it's Cincinnati if the Chargers win. It's Buffalo if the Raiders win. So this game matters. It's like Derek Carr on the 5. They're running up the middle. Oh, come on. All right, so the Raiders are going to score here, either touchdown or field goal.
The Raiders. Is Zishan here?
Can I bring up something? So I was... Okay, hang on. I'll get this because Addy has spoken. All right. Addy Visorno renders unto Caesar $5 and says, I want to see Addy happy. Quoting what I just said. He says, you have a better chance of winning the lottery 30 times in a row. Oh. What are we going to do with him?
Gonna do the hug thing.
Addy. Hey, which one of you douchebags gave me a dislike? Screw you.
I don't see one.
Only I can see it because it's in the software shows me.
Oh. I don't see it, yeah.
Addy, let me tell you something, man. Your profile pic doesn't do you any favors. It's just sad. It's sad. It's depressing. That picture of Baker Mayfield is just really, really depressing. All right. Poor Addy. So, Addy, tell me in the chat, who are you wanting to see in the Super Bowl now? Now that your team's out, what is your feeling? I feel bad. Is Elliot here? Because I feel bad for Elliot. If it wasn't for Lamar Jackson getting hurt, not only are they in the playoffs, they win the division. Okay? They win the division. I wanted to see the Ravens. I wanted to see Lamar come back. I don't know if he was able to. Maybe you guys can look up the injury report, see what his situation is. But if Lamar doesn't get hurt, the Ravens are definitely division champs, and now they're not even in. It sucks, man. And you got to keep your quarterback on the field. That gum got nasty really quick. All right. How'd the Steelers win that game? I just, yeah. Like I said, I wanted to see Big Ben end his Steelers career in the playoffs. I thought that would just for historical reasons. I'm still a fan of football in general, and that I thought would be cool to see. But I still wanted to see the Ravens do something. But it's just their quarterback, their backup played okay, I guess, admirably. But there was a lot of plays that Lamar, I think, would have made, and that would have made the difference. So. Oh, Bruce Badass Arians has shown up. Look at that. What's up, Von Allen? He says, what's up, Von Allen Sports? What's up, Bruce? How you doing? I bet you're eating a whole cheesecake right now, aren't you, you fat bastard?
What?
Yeah.
Ah.
Joshua McChristian. That's a cool name. I like that. He says, bro, aren't you burning up in all these turtlenecks? I've only got one on. It's the same one. See? It's the same one. But no. No, very comfortable, actually. The NFL is better when you have a team that embraces the heel turn. Just in case you guys don't know what he means by that is that that's a wrestling reference. And pro wrestling, the fake wrestling, I should say not fake, scripted wrestling, scripted outcome. When a guy turns to a bad guy, he's called a heel. It means he turned into a heel. And you need that. You need that kind of thing in the NFL too. It makes it fun. And forever, we were the evil empire, and everyone hates us. And now they can hate us again. And guess what? I'm going to hold a suicide prevention hotline if the Patriots and Bucks make it to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Okay?
That's going to be needed.
So all of the Chiefs fans and all of the Steelers fans and whoever else out there, the Colts fans, if they want to cry and all this, I'll help them get through it. So that'll be fine. No, man. Jed Morris, no. The Steelers are done. I just wanted to, just for historic sake, I thought it'd be cool to see Ben go out. But no, they're not beating Kansas City. In Kansas City, that would be interesting. But hey, can we at least point out the Tennessee Titans getting the number 1 seed? Can we at least give them that? That's awesome. And that's another one of our guys. So, not referring to the idiot Ryan Tannehill, but or as Tom Brady refers to him, I'm not even going to say it. He called him a really bad name. We know it was Ryan Tannehill he was talking about. But Mike Vrabel, the head coach, Mike Vrabel, one of our guys, used to be our linebacker. So that's good. Patriots all over the place. Okay? We're like a virus. Uh-oh. I can't use that word, right?
No. Look at a manual review.
Crap. All right. Okay, so this game is uneventful so far. Justin Herbert's got a future, though. Man, he's going to be great. I think he will make the Hall of Fame. No, let me rephrase. He is got that level of ability and mindset that makes up a Hall of Famer. I'm not going to say that I think he'll make the Hall of Fame. I mean, anything could happen. So, Mike Miller, yes, I absolutely will. Absolutely. Wow. We've got out on the ledge predictions. Yeah, you're not going to trick me into saying that anymore. You're going to get me deplatformed. Fuss you guggle. Fuss you guggle. Fuss you guggle. Says, I'm calling the Steelers beat KC in an upset. Wow. Yep. Well, how pathetic are the Colts? Can we talk about that real quick? How pathetic are the Colts? I want you guys, Think about this. All you had to do, okay? All you had to do was beat the two-win Jacksonville Jaguars, who don't even have a coach anymore. They fired his ass weeks ago. They have a rookie quarterback. And all you had to do is win to get a playoff spot. How pathetic are you? Oh, Carson Wentz is going to save us. Carson Wentz, man, he's the real deal. He struggled in Philadelphia at the end there, but yeah, he's going to come to Indianapolis. He's the real thing. He's being reunited with his head coach, or his former offensive coordinator. He's being reunited there, and it's all just going to go down the way it was supposed to in Philadelphia. Those were every Colts fan that I've talked to.
Excuse me.
Nastrave. Every Colts fan I talked to. This is the same organization who put up a banner to commemorate, what was it? That they played in the AFC Championship game? That they played in it. Wow. Dude, even my high school didn't put up banners like that. Who does that?
Who the hell can do that?
Or as the Russian in John Wick, who the fuck does that? I mean, really? Have some pride. I mean, this is an organization that has some Super Bowl wins. Like, what are you doing? I even understand them putting up an AFC Championship banner. Like, if you made it to the Super Bowl, I get that. I understand that. I mean, not everybody is the Patriots where we only hang up Super Bowl banners, or the Steelers or the 49ers or the Cowboys. I get that they don't have a bunch like that, but come on, man. Losing the AFC Championship, you put a banner up that says AFC Championship runner-up. Yeah. All right, whatever, man. They're the ones that were behind Deflategate. Or I should say, they were involved, heavily involved in it. And that's what you get. It's what you also get for ruining the career of who would have been, I think, most likely would have been a Hall of Fame quarterback. And Andrew Luck. You ruined him because your organization sucks. There you go. My God, even the Cardinals did it? Yeah. Well, I said the Cardinals are frauds. I said that like 7 weeks ago or something? It was a while back. And they only had like 2 losses when I said that. But I could see that their game is not going to translate correctly down the stretch. It's just not the way the team was playing and how they were looking. It wasn't translating correctly. Honestly, I didn't think they would fall apart this badly. When I said that they were frauds, I mainly meant that they were going to get into the playoffs and just get destroyed. But I didn't expect this level of meltdown. But it's the Cardinals, never go full Cardinals. That's what they do, so. And looks like Derek Carr just missed the throw. So it looks like Jalen's here. So Jalen, you still going to defend Antonio Brown? I mean, is he still your boy? So let's talk about that. Thank you for reminding me, Jalen. And I had mentioned this in the chat earlier today when it happened, but Tom threw a touchdown pass to Le'Veon Bell. That's pretty funny as far as I'm concerned. Because why is that funny? By the way, guys, we have 57 viewers and only 38 likes. If every one of you guys click like right now, we will have 58 likes. That would be awesome. And when you do that, when you click like, good things happen. Trust me. An angel gets its wings. So, yeah, what was I saying? So, he throws a touchdown pass to Le'Veon Bell. If that's not an FU to Antonio Brown, and for those of you guys, I realize not everybody knows the situation, but they used to be teammates. So Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell were the two premier players. At one time, the Steelers had the best running back and the best wide receiver in the league at the same time. This is crazy, right? So Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, both of them ended up leaving the Steelers. Both of them left in different ways, but Le'Veon Bell never kind of recovered from that. He held out for a year, and then he went to the Jets, and then he ended up on the Chiefs and got no play. But right a week after that, Tom throws Le'Veon a touchdown pass. I think that's funny. And then he hits Gronk, and then he hits Evans twice. Yeah. Screw you, Antonio Brown. And for those of you guys who caught my live show when I was talking about Antonio Brown, I just want to point out that a lot of things that we went over, you have to understand that when we're going over things like that, it's all speculation. So you can only say what you think would happen based off of how things work. And now that we know what Antonio has said, and we've seen he thought some text message he sent about Bruce Arians was some kind of gotcha moment on Bruce Arians' part. Actually, the text message it points more to what I was saying about NFL protocol, because Arians said we're not resting starters. So if you can play, that'd be great. If you can play, whoever can play, whoever is healthy, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it's something along those lines. There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal talk. That's standard talk. Okay? And now that we know that he went on that podcast, by the way, the podcast that he went on, I'm sure most of you guys saw it. That podcast was ridiculous. Okay? Absolutely ridiculous. Those three guys, and I don't want to sound like I'm just, I don't know. It has to be said, okay? Those three guys that interviewed AB were pathetic. They're absolutely pathetic. I don't know, man. How do you sit there and let AB say the stupid crap that he was saying, and you don't check him on any of it? You even agree with him on these things. Oh, man, you're the man. AB is the best player on Tampa Bay? Really? Okay, he's a good player. But to just straight up say that, and then to sell out Tom and talk about your incentives and all this garbage, and talk about, Gronk, Gronk's his boy, but I'm supposed to be his boy and all this stuff. Did you see what Tom did today for his guys? He got Mike Evans another 1,000-yard season. He got Mike Evans those franchise records that he was winning. He kept up with that. He went back out on the field for one more throw just to get Gronk $1 million today. So Tom got Gronk $1 million today. The $500,000 for, I believe it was yards, certain amount of yards in a season, and I don't know what the incentive was. It was probably like 500 or 600 or something. But the second one was catches, and he just needed 3 more catches after halftime, and then Tom found out he had needed one left. Tom should have been out of the game, but he goes back on the field. He says, "No, I'm going back out. I'm going to get Gronk this." Throws it to Gronk, gets Gronk both incentives. He was doing that for Antonio. He was doing that for Brown. But they were caught in a tough game against the Jets, a game that had to be won, so they couldn't go just for incentive hunting. They didn't even go really incentive hunting today until the game looked like it was opening up, and then they had a chance. But this is also on the road in New York, and the week before he targeted Antonio a bunch. So it's just all nonsense. This guy's crazy. He's absolutely crazy. Nefertiti sends a $10 super chat. Says, Jalen owes you money for Patriots making the playoffs and having a winning record. Also, Brady didn't have 50 or 60 touchdowns with only 5 picks. Anyone remember that? That is Joshua's, correct? That's Joshua's earlier super chat.
James Jones.
I don't remember betting money. I don't think I bet Jalen money. Did I?
I don't know. Probably not.
Maybe the only thing, I don't even know if this happened, but I'd say the closest thing, maybe he said he'd send a super chat if that happened or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, something to that.
I don't remember. I don't know. Ask Jalen. I bet he'll remember. I mean, we could always look it up later. It's not that important. But I do remember him saying that, but I just don't remember any money involved. Wait, Jalen. Now it's the Patriots need to do is win the division. Now the Patriots have to win the division without Tom. Okay. Well, they can't win the division until next year because the Bills just won the division. Is that a new goal? Okay, what if the Patriots win a playoff game? What if we beat Cincinnati or Buffalo next week? Isn't a playoff victory, isn't that worth more than winning the division if they had won the division? I'm just asking, actually. Wouldn't you consider that the same thing? Yes, Renfro. Renfro is a great player. People don't even, he's like a quiet, like you said, unassuming dude. He looks like he's 48 years old. I think he lost his hair when he was 17 or something. Like this guy, when he was drafted, he looked like he was already in his 40s. It's amazing, but he can play and nobody thinks about him and they just, Blacker said his prediction was 5,200 yards, 45 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Damn, dude, that is close. That's nice. Good job. Who is going to induct AB in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. According to the Hall of Fame standards, I guess, his stats are enough. But are they going to pull a thing like they did with T.O.? It's possible. But eventually they'll do it. But I'll tell you what. When he is inducted, and he will be eventually, it's going to happen. They need to paint a clown face on him, on his bust, So his bust should just have a clown face painted on it and a wig. This guy is a complete and utter joke. Absolute idiot. Yep, Ken, absolutely. I like I said on Twitter, I don't know if you guys follow that because it's a worthless garbage platform. But regarding that interview, I said I thought it was going to turn into a porno because these guys were on AB. Every single thing they said to him, he took offense to or took it as a slight, and they didn't even challenge it. At one point, AB was insulting them so bad. I'm like, do you guys have any balls at all? I don't care. Any guy you're interviewing is going to disrespect you like that. A good person, a good guy, somebody who's awesome, okay? Someone who just, you're supposed to give respect to wouldn't treat you like that if you're not treating them that way. And he was just being a total jerk. It was just, I don't know. Was he drunk? I hope so. I don't know. But it's just unbelievable, man. So think about this. There has never been a former player, or former teammate of Tom Brady's that has said a negative thing about him, except for one person. Antonio Brown. What does that tell you?
Wow.
And he was clearly jealous of Gronk getting some targets. But this thing was going on before. Antonio Brown allegedly snuck in a prostitute into the hotel who was COVID positive. He was clearly either trying to sabotage the team or is just so dumb that he's just that stupid, that ridiculous. So anyway. Luke R., yes, that is the case. So if the Raiders win, we play Buffalo. If the Chargers win, we play the Bengals. And I would rather play the Bengals. And okay, here we go. John Thomas Chavez sends a $5 super chat. He says, finally had a Scotty Miller sighting today. Did he run too many good routes for Bruce's liking that resulted in him being benched? Probably. No, I seriously doubt Vontez Burfict feels bad about that. I just want to do a quick poll just to see what you guys are feeling. Would you rather play the Bengals or the Bills next week? So consider where we're going, the team we're playing against, as far as how do they match up with us, their coaching, their quarterback, all those aspects. Think about every detail of that. Tell me, who do you want to play? Okay. Getting a lot of responses. All right. John says Bengals. Fusu Google. Bengals says easy choice. Mega Steve says Bengals. What the hell? Biacop Spokiaba says Bills. Oh, okay. Blacker says Bengals. Ryan Davis, Bengals. Mike Miller says Joe Burrow is a stud. I don't know if that's an answer, but some random Pickle Dick Patriots fan, I think we could beat the Bengals easier, but beating the Bills would feel sweeter. True, but we may get a piece of the Bills anyway at some point. Nightwalker, Bengals. Yeah. Blacker. Yeah. Freeland. Okay. Luke, Minuteman, Tyree, Captain Forever, Shapelier. Shapelier says Bills. Nefertiti, Bengals. Addie says Bengals. Okay. So it's clearly everyone thinks it's the Bengals. I agree. Jalen says, I want you to play the Bills. I think you might beat the Bengals. Okay. We know, Jalen. We got it. I don't know why you hate Bills so much. I don't get it. So oh, that's right, Ken. Yeah, so the girl that Antonio Brown invited is a girl who became famous last year for licking toilet seats on an airplane or licking a toilet seat on an airplane. This is the kind of people that Antonio Brown thinks thinks is good company. Okay? So, yeah. But we're supposed to believe everything he says. We're supposed to that's yeah, sure. Sure, dude. Okay. So and I'll repeat myself. If AB had been telling the truth, that would have been great for me. It would have meant we would have kept AB, or Tampa Bay would have kept AB, and Bruce Arians is gone. And I would have got what I wanted. So there you go. It would have worked out. But that's not what happened. We know that's not what happened. Okay, we have a $5 super chat from Addy Vasorno. He says, I'm just hoping for the next season that Stefanski will go back to the tried and true method of giving Chubb the damn ball. Good luck with that. See, like I said before, there's a plague of these young head coaches who they all look alike, by the way. I mean, can anyone tell the difference between Stefanski and Zach Taylor, the head coach of the Bengals? I mean, like, what's the difference? Like, you could just change them out and no one would notice. No one would notice. So you could put Stefanski on the sidelines for the Bengals playoff game next week and actually nobody would question it. Like, huh? Okay. It's a different coach. I didn't realize. Anyway, these guys, these coaches, Addy, is what I've been complaining about for the last couple of seasons. They want to live vicariously through the quarterback. They want to be out there. They want to be the guy. So they make these weird decisions that a lot of times make no sense. So I would not put too much hope into that. I would not. So did you guys see a play by Josh Allen today where he knew he needed to get out of bounds, so he flicked it to his tight end right there who was on the sidelines? That was a great play. At first I was like, because I just saw him running across. I was like, what the hell is he doing? Why did he flick that? What was the point of that? But then I realized it's like, oh, wait, he needed to get that thing out of bounds to stop the clock. That crap right there was brilliant, man. That's heads up football right there. You know what? And I expect nothing less from a guy with the last name Allen. Okay? It's just how we roll, man. Come on. Oh, yeah, John. Yeah. AB goes after Alex Guerrero. You mean he tries to expose he tries to expose Alex, okay, by showing a text message with him, thinking that it's going to make Alex look bad. Alex couldn't have been nicer, and even told him, "You'd like a refund? Where do I send it?" He even told him he loved him and cared about him and all this stuff. It's like, AB, you think that that's going to make him look bad? Like, what are you doing? You just made him look awesome. Now I'm certain that Alex Guerrero is a nice guy. Like, it's clear. So, you know who else I think is a nice guy? Todd Bowles. I think Todd Bowles is a really good person. I just have that feeling. He's got that vibe. Gives me that vibe. Every time I see him talk, and you hear what people say, he just seems like a good dude. Do you know what he did for Byron Leftwich? So, Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator of the Bucs, he interviewed with the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday. Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator for the Bucs, interviewed on a Friday, the Friday after. Todd Bowles, they're both up for the same position. Todd Bowles told Byron everything they asked him and prepared him for the interview. How freaking cool is that? Like, right?
Yeah.
That's I think that is awesome, man. But at the same time, I think Todd might be too nice of a guy to be a head coach. I mean, I know that nice guys sometimes, maybe if he's got a great quarterback, a franchise quarterback, it could work. But sometimes, I just wonder if that's kind of what hurt him before. However, I will give him a benefit of the doubt. He was coaching the New York Jets, and nobody can make that work. So, I don't know. Maybe he'll be all right. So, that's true, Cold Blue Water. That is a good point. That's a really good point. No, Pickle Dick, I didn't mean a rookie quarterback that people think is going to be a franchise quarterback. I'm talking about an already established quarterback. Kind of like Tony Dungy had Peyton Manning, right? Tony Dungy was like a really, really nice guy. He player friendly. He wasn't. He's got that Todd Bowles kind of feel to it, but he had Peyton Manning, so it kind of worked. It was okay, But that's what I mean. Trevor Lawrence, we don't know anything about Trevor Lawrence yet. People throw around that term franchise quarterback just because they think that they got a guy locked in for a certain amount of years, and that means that you want him to be a franchise quarterback. It doesn't mean that he is. I mean, none of these young guys are yet. Mac Jones is not a franchise quarterback yet. We don't know. We'll see. We'll know a little bit, but none of these guys are yet. We just have to find out, basically. So. I know, Jason. Yeah. Of all the teams in the playoffs, no team is night and day as much as the Bucs will or won't be, depending on their injury list returning or not. I know. It's ridiculous. You just don't know what to expect. Chargers just scored. All right. Eddie. All right. This is not a super chat, but I'm going to post it anyway. Do you see what Eddie said?
No.
He said, "Oh no, my biggest fear, a franchise quarterback."
Oh.
Okay. All right, Addie, I'm going to give you a hug. That's me giving you a hug, Addie. Okay? Here, I'll give you one more. Addy, if you guys don't know Addy, if you're new here, Addy is a diehard Cleveland Browns fan. His entire life, he has never had a legitimate franchise quarterback on his team. He does not know what that is. He does not know what that means. And he hears us every week. He's on here. Takes all of his time to support the channel. He's always sending super chats, doing different stuff. And he has to watch us talk about first world problems. Okay. Like, is Tom Brady going to get another ring? Is he going to win MVP or not? Is Mac Jones our future? He's just like, shut up. I feel for you, Addy. I'm sorry, man. Ella Zhang just subscribed. Welcome, citizen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so... Yeah. I already mentioned that earlier about the tie. Yeah, it's interesting, but I think these guys they want to put each other away. So Blacker, I didn't see that. I honestly did not pay any attention to the Giants game. Kitty ho ho. Yes, Ken, amen, man. Because I said that during the draft. If you guys were on the draft special, I said, I feel sorry for Trevor Lawrence. I would not want to be number one. Before that draft, like the day before the draft, if I was Trevor Lawrence, and I said this then, I said, I would leak some fake story that I used to do all kinds of random weird crap or something, but, the day before the draft so they won't take me, like something to make me drop, That's how the Dolphins got Dan Marino. So, and they say, I don't know if there's complete evidence, but the story goes that Don Shula leaked information that Dan Marino had smoked weed in college or something. So Dan would drop to the Dolphins, and so they could grab him. There you go. I don't know if it's true. Just one of those old NFL stories, Probably true. Sounds like something the douchebag Don Shula would do. Or I should say dead douchebag Don Shula would do. It does sound like something he'd do. So it can work. It can work. And then you can land a guy, So I bet Mac Jones is happy that he fell to the Patriots. A lot of teams were looking at him early on, and he got a better deal, I think. So. Oh, cool. What an awesome name and really cool picture here. We have a Canadian in the house. Boa Omega sends a $2 Canadian super chat. Says, should or does MVP include degree of difficulty for the year? All right. This is something that has been debated quite a bit about what do the voters look for? What do they... What means something to them the most? Is it stats? If it is stats, is it bulk stats? Is it efficiency stats? Is it storyline? If it's a storyline, what type of storyline are you looking for? Are you looking for, in Tom's case, is it age? Or is it, did your team have a lot of injuries or something, like that? It's hard to kind of figure out, or, in some cases, is it bias? Like we found out recently with that Chicago journalist who said he wasn't going to vote for Aaron for personal reasons. It's just hard to know. but I don't think it officially I don't think it's official that they include degree of difficulty, but it could influence voting. So, but Tom definitely had the harder time to accumulate what he's got than Aaron did. So, if they're going by that, Boa, I think that'd be pretty cool. That they'd give it to Tom. But there's 50 of these guys, so I don't know. I have a bad feeling that it's just going to go to Aaron. They look at the touchdowns and interceptions and crap like that, and it's Aaron Rodgers. I don't care about the thing he did with the media. He has been the darling of the NFL since 2011. Like, these guys have just slurped him up so badly. I still think there's enough guys to vote for him that just, and I'm only saying that if they believe it's a tie between him and Tom. If they can't decide, they'll still go Aaron, because I still believe that Tom Brady is hated, and I think that nobody wants to give him another MVP. So I don't know. I just wouldn't put any too much faith in it. And you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. So maybe they make it all the way to the Super Bowl, and Tom makes it all the way to the Super Bowl, and then they slight him for MVP. Maybe he goes out and he wins another Super Bowl MVP. The more important one. Last year Aaron won MVP. Tom won Super Bowl MVP. Do you think that Aaron would trade Tom? Think he'd switch? Okay, Tom, you can have my MVP. I want your Super Bowl MVP. Hell, he wouldn't even trade it for a Super Bowl MVP. He would trade it for the ring itself. Just Super Bowl. So do it Brett Favre style, right? Just not even Super Bowl MVP, just the Super Bowl. He'd still trade it. That's how important it is. So, but if Tom doesn't win, it's obviously Aaron. So, right? Who else are you going to go with? So either way, someone deserving is going to get it. Now, there have been years where someone who didn't deserve it, in my opinion, got it. There's been quite a few of those.
Yeah.
And when I say deserve, I mean deserve as far as compared to other guys who were up for it. If you're up for it, you clearly did something to have your name in that, thrown in the hat there. But I mean specifically compared to the other guys. So. And also, Boa, going back to another criteria, what if they all went by most valuable literally? Okay, well, if we're going by that, then Tom Brady and Peyton Manning would have won the last 20 MVPs in a row. Their entire existence, waking up in the morning, breathing the air here on earth, their heart pumping blood through their body, them getting in their car and walking through the door at the practice facility or even at the stadium, just that makes them most valuable, okay? So I don't think they take that literally or too literally like that in that way, because that would be the case. And if they took it that way for Coach of the Year, then Belichick wins it every year. The Coach of the Year has turned into it's more or less a participation trophy type of thing. It's like, oh, good job. You did your job because we didn't expect that, so we're going to give it to you. Like a guy, okay, that's why he's getting paid $5 million. You better go 10-6. You better go 11-5, whatever that is. Does that mean that you're Coach of the Year? Come on, really? I mean, I don't know. So, Pickle Dick's right. Best coach other than Belichick award. That's very good. That's what it should be called. There you go. That's what it should be called. Kenny, if Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl this year, that is going to be insanity, utter insanity, because the chaos, the lack of discipline, his head coach sucks. I don't know. That would be incredible. That would be incredible. Mike, that Rodgers Super Bowl protest rumor, that was a joke that someone played on Boomer Esiason, so that turned out not to be true. Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf. Have I seen you on here before? Seems familiar. Who's your team? Mega Steve. Are we sure that's not my brother Steven? I can't stand Rodgers. He's a douchebag. That's Steven's. That's Steven's other YouTube account. I like that, Jalen. I like that. Yeah, Mike Vrabel. I'm down. I could get on board with that. I can get on board with that. Mike Vrabel for Coach of the Year, #1 seed without, well, part of the year without Derrick Henry. I like that. Yeah. I'm definitely happy with that. I would be happy with it. No, I guess it became obvious after they won, but up until that point, I don't know if it was obvious. But I hadn't even given it any thought, to be honest with you. But yeah, it does seem like a slam dunk. But what I'm saying is I'd be happy with that. I'd be okay with that. So. Oh shit! Look what's coming. Look what's coming, huh? Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah. Thank you, Tyree Vaughn. One of the greatest sounds you'll ever hear. Oh yeah. Was that good for you guys? Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Oh yeah.
Did I go too fast? I should have went slower, huh? I should have taken my time with it.
Coke commercial.
God, I'm endorsing this company and they don't even pay me. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. So, No, Bruce Fat-Ass Arians, you cannot have any Coke. No. You're on a diet. You're on a diet. It's over. You can't. I'm not sharing anything with you right now. Lone Wolf still won't answer me. Lone Wolf, who is your team? Although I swear that name sounds familiar. Have you heard of that name before?
Yeah, I've heard it, but
Yeah.
not sure.
Bruce Fat-Ass Arian says, I'm on the pre-TB12 diet. You mean when he was eating Big Macs and stuff every day? Yeah, we all know that, Bruce. We got it. So, I'm sure you got a McDonald's card. I'm certain of that. It's probably tied directly to your app, your iPhone. You just have it delivered every day. That's right. Bucks win the Super Bowl in spite of Bruce. That's Tom's greatest achievement. Should be that's it right there. It'd been awesome if last year they asked Tom, how does the Super Bowl rank up? And in real life, he said, I'm not going to make comparisons. But what he should have said is, well, it's got to be the best one because Bruce Arians is our coach. You suck. So. Someone literally took the time to create a Bruce Fat-Ass Arians profile. That's funny. And the other day I saw that someone created a Chris Sims profile too. So I like it. What are they doing? What are they doing? There you go. Chargers with the first down. On the, looks like a 13, in between a 13 and 14. Not sure where they're going to spot it. I know, see it twice. Isn't that great? Just a second. Let's see. Herbert's running it. Okay. Quarterback draw. Just get out of bounds. Stop the clock before the 2-minute warning. All right. Nothing yet. A Giants fan. We have a Giants fan. Okay. It's not so bad. Actually, I have nothing against the Giants. It's the Jets I can't stand. I don't hate on teams just because they beat us. That's not my problem. I hate on teams if they are just a garbage organization, like the Jets or the Colts. These are organizations that just from top down are just crappy. All right. That would be my problem. It's more of it's not just on the football field. It's other things. Giants don't bother me that much. No, not like the Browns, Addy. Not like the Browns. I was not talking about your team. It's okay. No, I go for your team. I go for your team because I feel sorry for them. Even though they are a garbage organization. I know they are. But at least, or they're a garbage organization at least in this incarnation of them, this version of them, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Luke. Lone Wolf, our Jones is better than your Jones. How about that? That's like, my dad could beat up your dad. Look who's here. Phil Sims' offspring. Said, did you call my name? Yes, I did, Chris. Yes, I did. I did call your name. This is awesome. Yes, see it twice. John Lynch asked if he could trade for Brady, and Belichick laughed and hung up on him. Doesn't sound like he wanted to get rid of him to me. I have dispelled that so many times. It's the 2017 thing all over again when they didn't know what they were going to do with Jimmy Garoppolo. And they said, oh, Tom marched upstairs to tell Kraft that you better trade Jimmy. And that's not what happened. The 49ers called about Tom first, assuming that they would keep Jimmy just because that's, Tom, was touchdown, Chargers. Was that Ekelar? Yeah, I think so. We'll show it. Yeah, that's Ekelar. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so they called expecting that they would trade Tom because Tom is seemingly at the end of his career, which most quarterbacks at that age would be. So I understand their thinking process. So they're like, hey, John Lynch calls Bill at the beginning of the season. Hey, what do you want for Tom? Belichick laughs at him. He laughs. And he goes, oh, you don't want to trade Tom? Well, what about Jimmy? And Bill says, well, no, we're not going to trade Jimmy right now. We'll see what's going on in the soon future. And that's it. All right? And then, before the trade deadline, he's like, okay, we've got to do something with Jimmy, right? So he calls the 49ers back up. Why? So, a lot of people gave him crap because he didn't send Jimmy to Cleveland, for example. Again, Addie, close your ears. Bill did not want to send Jimmy to an abyss. He did not want to send Jimmy to the NFL's version of Stovall-Core. And anyone who knows what Stovall-Core gets that reference, you're awesome. But that's where quarterbacks go to die, is places like Cleveland. Okay? Again, okay, Addie, it's going to be okay. I'm sorry. But he sent him to the 49ers even though it was only a second rounder, okay? He was doing Jimmy a favor. I get that. Still didn't want to trade Tom. That's just how it goes, man. So, yeah, that's all nonsense. Now, however he felt about the situation going into 2020, when Tom was deciding, we don't know yet. We don't have any, because we know about that phone call, but we don't know what went down exactly, and Tom has not really said, and neither has anybody else. So maybe Bill changed his mind. I'm not sure. So, but I do know for sure that the 2017 did not exactly go down the way people said it did. I should say that idiot writer, Seth Wickersham. And everybody basically took that as gospel. So, see it twice. Renders unto Caesar $5. It says, any chance the Colts hang a banner next year with Jim Moore on it that says, playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Playoffs? Playoffs. All right. Luke, I trust Mac Jones than any other rookie quarterback right now. Who would you trust going to the playoffs of all the rookie quarterbacks? Who would you trust more than Mac, honestly? Why? Why? In the phone conversation, why did Bill become a dog that barked at John Lynch? I don't know. I don't know. That's just probably how he was feeling. I don't know. Like, that's a rough. That's a good question. Ozymandias with the score. Nice. It is the Klingon afterlife. Because you have to die to go there. Technically, the Klingons have two versions of afterlife. They have Stovokor, which is technically Klingon heaven, I guess. And then they have the unhonored dead, which is hell. But it doesn't matter. The point was, that's where you go to die. So, and if you want to go to Stovokor, you got to die to go to Stovokor. And that's what happens. So, but yeah, I have no idea why Bill barked at John Lynch like that. I don't know. That was probably pretty rude of him, wasn't it? So. I'm the Klingon afterlife to Aaron Rodgers. Yes. Yes, Chris, we know. Klingons? Don't talk about Klingons. You kidding me? Klingons? I'm the Klingon afterlife to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Luke, and my concern, I don't even have a big concern about Mac or anything right now. I'm just happy. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood. I feel good, and I don't even care that we lost. Honestly, I'm already over it. It's fine. That's what we do. We lose to Miami. We lose in Miami. That's what we do. That's how it works. Even when we had the GOAT, this crap happened. So whatever. But you guys are awesome. 72 viewers and 73 likes. Thank you so much. You guys, I really appreciate that so much. Thank you. And if you're new here, or you're just click subscribe and the bell icon, because clicking subscribe is not enough. They won't necessarily send you anything or keep you updated on what's going on. But make sure the bell is a solid white color. So thank you so much, guys. Chris Sims says, you wouldn't believe how many times I've been sent to prison for breaking into Aaron's house. I believe that. In fact, Chris, you may like this. We have your mugshot. It's quite awesome, actually. Look, it's you. Was that one? Does that mugshot right there? Is that one of the times that you broke into Aaron Rodgers' house? Just wondering. In case you're wondering, if you are a member, which means you've got the VAS logo next to your name, if you are a member, you are able to create Chris Sims's mugshot, and you just type in : Sims : and it produces his stupid face. Michael Williams. Chris sniffs Tom's underwear. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to get off here, but we have a big week coming up. And do you guys, when it comes to the playoffs, do we want to do a pre and post game only, or do we want to do the play-by-play, like the entire game like we did last year? Now, we didn't do it for the wild card week. We only did it for divisional and AFC, but you never know. What if the Patriots and Bucks lose next week? Then there wouldn't be any after that. So it's up to you guys what you'd like to do. So hang on just a second. Luke sent a member super chat. He says, celebrating 12 months of membership. Luke, thank you so much. He says, do you trust Herbert or Burrow more right now? Huh. My God, that's close. That's really close. I think that Joe might be slightly more conservative about what he does. It's close. It's close. I think overall, like over time, I think Justin Herbert will be the better quarterback. But at this moment in the playoffs, I would expect Burrow probably to not have a big or a horrible turnover at the wrong time. But it's close. It's close. So.
Hey, we got some super chats.
Donnie, what's up? Donnie, I emailed you. I tried to invite you to our Evocati, and I never got a response back. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to know how you're doing. We haven't heard from you in a while, so we kind of got worried. But Donnie, take a pic. 1313 sends $10 super chat. Says, glad you were in a good mood. Bark. Woof. The dog bark. Aaron Rodgers to the Dolphins. No. Ugh. No. 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 I will not leave the table.
If you take that, tell him to guess that.
I will not leave the table. I will not leave the table. No. 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 That's a deep cut. I doubt anybody here is going to know what that's from. What movie that's from.
Continue a little more, I guess.
But anyway, so what do you guys think? Or I can always post it in the chat or post it in the community section on the YouTube page. Do you want to do you want to all of us watch the game together at the same time, where like we did last year, or just a pre-game, post-game only? I guess I'll just post that in the community section and we'll find out. But either way, it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited, guys. This is going to be phenomenal. Let's do this. Okay. All right, Donnie, got you, buddy. Thank you. And please check your email. Guys, thank you so much. And go ahead and, watch the rest of this Chargers Raiders game because it does have implications for us as far as who we're going to play. What's up, Sierra Chubbs? Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate y'all. And can't believe the regular season's over. It's been awesome, but the postseason is what I live for. And if you're lucky, you get to see me have a complete meltdown because we know that Bruce Arians is going to do something stupid in these playoffs. You just know it's going to happen. So that'll be fun. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Flag on the play if you're not subscribed to Von Allen Sports. But once you are, we'll make it up to your team in the fourth quarter. You're watching Von Allen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now and join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go.